All right, so earlier I had posted a video about how to do an energy regeneration ability, or any regeneration ability, using Blueprints and Unreal Engine's gameplay ability system. Today I'm going to show you a much easier way to do it that involves using C++. The first video is all Blueprint. This one uses some C++. But I think you'll like how simple it is. This is going to be a very short video. I'm assuming you already have the gameplay ability system set up. If not, there's a lot of good tutorials out there, and I would also recommend joining the Unreal Slackers Discord. Tons of people on there in lots of different categories of Unreal. So as review, let's look at the energy regen ability. It is an infinite ability. It lasts until you tell it to go away. It's going to modify my energy. It's going to add to my energy, and it's going to add an amount that's based on an attribute. Coefficient's +1. The attribute that this is based on is the energy regen rate. So I have two attributes at play here, an energy attribute and a regen rate attribute. Basically, what this will do is every period, the amount, however big my regen rate is, will be added to my energy. Added, this 1 gets multiplied by the energy regen rate. That's why it's the coefficient. If I were to make that -1, it would be removing energy each tick. Okay, the energy regen rate is coming from the source of this gameplay effect, meaning the caster. Okay, and that's it for the rest of the modifiers. So if your energy regen rate is 2 in my game, every tick of this effect, your energy will go up 2. And if you want to change how much energy they get per tick, all you have to do is have another effect that modifies this. So let's scroll down here in the period. I've set 2 seconds. So every 2 seconds, whatever the amount in the energy regen rate attribute is, whether it's 1 or 100, every 2 seconds that will be added to energy. This is unchecked, meaning that the first application happens after 2 seconds. Always applies to target, nothing else really. Okay, this is the tag I've assigned the asset, and this is the tag that gets added to the owner. So when my character is regenning, he has this tag applied to him. He owns this tag, granted tag. Granted tags, these tags are applied to the actor I'm applied to. So while regen is active, they have this tag. Okay, so that's the same effect as the blueprint version I posted a little while back. The ability is going to be a lot more simple. Okay, we have a server-only ability, which is recommended for passive abilities, like this is. Okay, when it activates, ignore my print screens or print strings. We call a parent, call commit just for good measure, even though there's no cost associated. Costs and cooldowns are none. There's no cost associated with this ability. And then all you do is you apply the effect. And the effect is that energy regen effect here. Give it a level. I give it the same level as the ability. Nowhere in here, if I had curve tables in here, it would pull a different column pertaining to what level the effect is. But there's only one effect of this. There's only one level of this gameplay effect. If I want regen to be stronger, I just modify this attribute. Okay, and I save a handle to that active ability. Now remember, this handle only exists on the server. Okay, when it ends, I use that handle to remove the effect. And then I end the call parent end. And that's it. Now, this ability is activated in the post gameplay effect execute function in C++. So it's the attribute set that starts and ends this ability. You remember in the blueprint version 1, I had an ability task that was listening for changes in energy. That's fine, but there is an engine level hard limit on the amount of concurrent ability tasks. I think it's like 1,000, so you may never run into that. But the fact remained that I was listening for energy changes in the blueprint version, but that already happens in post gameplay effect execute. So now let's look at the C++. In your attribute set, where is it? Let me go to the H file. Okay, so your attribute set right here, that's what it's a child of, attribute set. You declare attributes like this. If you've already set up gas, you probably have a few attributes set up already. And the key one to override is this function, post gameplay effect execute. If you look at this file in the engine code, you'll see lots of helpful comments about it. And I've copied them into mine. So let me go to it here. Post gameplay effect execute. This is where you can clamp attribute. Basically, it triggers after changes to the base value of an attribute from an instant gameplay effect. And that's fine for this because if our energy has changed permanently, it's been done by an instant gameplay effect. Now, actually, now that I say it out loud, I might have to revisit it because if I have a spell that lowers your energy temporarily, that would not trigger this function. But I would still want my energy to change. So it depends on how you want to use it. This is a decent C++ place you can put it. Within this data element, you can extract the attribute that changed in this gameplay effect. And let me go down. So if I say data, evaluated data attribute, energy attribute. This getter, get energy attribute, comes from, when you do this macro. It automatically creates the getters. I say if energy is less than max, these are auto getters. I just say try activate ability by tag, and I do cancel abilities by tag. And I make sure the energy is clamped. I have a second attribute called max energy that I'm comparing to. And that's it. Again, if you want your energy to always, this post gameplay effect only runs in after changes to an attribute's base value from an instant gameplay effect or from a tick of a periodic gameplay effect. So that's it. Hopefully, maybe you'll find that useful, maybe not. Just another way to do it without blueprints. Thanks. Bye.